Alright, welcome to part 14 of Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic, where we just get looped into this battle over and over and over again. Apparently. This is what happens when you don't pick Jedi Guardian. Apparently.
Irritated pro-eat separate chiding agate
More where that came from. More where that came from.
This shall not stop us for long.
Systems
Got him.
master.
Alright, third time's the charm. We got the control cluster. More droid items.
What is it?
Krea's leveled up. Feats. Improved dueling. What other powers can we utilize here? The double lightning. Oh, we get two. Force whirlwind as well. That was a good shout. And then, Force barrier looks good.
Just say the word.
Let's go check on Baudor. Find refuge, you should recover in time. That's an interesting looking obelisk thing. There's one over here too. using some exhaustive exploring to make sure we've basically seen everything. Many HK units. Into the interior.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Who are you?
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense we will come to no harm.
Did not come here to do battle.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the Academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If she is a Jedi, she will forgive. And if she is not, she will not care.
You can't tell her. Please. I'm asking you. I don't want her to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this woman we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve her until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Djarik can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. but I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
Oh boy.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Looking for a ship so I can leave Telos. Looking for my ship.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragas mining facility.
The destruction was an accident.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
Why don't you tell me?
Without the fuel from Paragas, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
What do you mean?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
It's almost as bad as the Jedi letting the Outer Rim die during the Mandalorian Wars.
So you still hold to your flawed convictions. If you think to anger me, you are wrong. How is it that you are not content to confine your ruin to yourself? You must spread it to others wherever you go. Ruin yourself with your actions if you will. But when your actions bring harm to others, then you must answer for it.
So now I get blamed for the actions of the Sith?
The Sith? What do you mean?
Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. And you encountered them on Paragus. But what would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
Intend to exterminate all Jedi everywhere.
There are no more Jedi, except I. Like you, they turned from the Order, and now only I remain. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your grasp of tactics is questionable.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
Excuse me. Yeah, I could do to
You
help.
offer your aid after turning your back on me, on the Council. The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
Sith have numbers on their side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
I'll see what I can do.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove her, mistress. Come with us.
No, I don't get the handmaiden because I have a female character. There's a different character for
Are you all
female
right, mistress?
characters.
The exile reminded me of something. I had forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I have never seen another affect you so strongly. Was she important to you once?
We all have our heroes, and when we watch them fall, we die inside. She made a choice once, and I did not. The day we judged her, I stood in the chamber, and she was so right. She was so certain of it. I doubted myself, but not now. She will never make me doubt myself again. But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
Light side points gained. And we don't have our weapons. No conventional means of opening the door.
Why have you approached me?
Searching for my friends.
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
So they're prisoners.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
Who, Atten?
He has had some Ichani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Where would he have gotten that training?
I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Where's
Your ship is
Gabenhart?
stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service. You...
Why do you all look the same?
We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. It is not unusual for the Echani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
Handmaiden who challenged us when we arrived, she looks different.
As I have said, it is not unusual for the Echani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
So she had a different set of parents.
If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, Exile. I tolerate your presence only upon orders of the mistress. She did not order me to endure your questions. One cannot take back an action, and often apologizing for it only compounds the insult. Simply drop the matter and be silent. You may ask...
Let me ask you something else.
The mistress? What of her? She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
She
We
planned to do
serve the
that.
Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
What does Atris consider proper training?
That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
She'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about training Jedi.
She predicted you would say as much. She seems to know you quite well. Perhaps you are the one who knows nothing.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
I would welcome a chance to instruct you. I have been anxious to teach you many principles of combat ever since you invaded this place.
Alright.
Very well. Follow me, and we shall see if you have the endurance to learn the most basic of our teachings. Before we begin, are you familiar with Echani traditions?
Nope.
All duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. There shall be no restrictions upon our movements or upon yours. Your feet are not to leave the training mat during the battle. If they do, you will lose. Also, this is not a fight to the death. Restrain your instincts when we fight, and we shall do the same.
Alright.
The fight will be with hands and feet only. No stimulants, shields, weapons, or other items. Also, do not call upon any Jedi techniques during our contest. If you do, then the battle will be over. In turn, I will not use our higher forms. for this is only an opening battle between us, a test of each other's strength.
Alright, let's
Then
fight.
let us begin. You have fallen. Very. It shall be the. Then let.
This will teach you.
You
Oh,
have fallen.
really?
Very. It shall. Then let. You have fallen. Seek one of us out.
Oh, you don't get your HP back. It's kind of messed up. Talk to the handmaiden.
You are the exile, the one Atris warned us about. She
What
said
did she say?
you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Oh.
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to the dark side.
Do not walk the path of the dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
If that were the case, I would have fought in the Jedi Civil
Atris
War.
says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with him because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
I marched with Revan because it was my choice.
So it was a matter of choice then. If Atris has erred in her evaluation of your motivations, it might be best to inform her.
She said anything
I
else?
believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Expressed feelings.
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Saying Atris
Without
could be
having
wrong with
seen
me.
you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
So if I fought Atris, that might make the truth come out.
Perhaps. It may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression. You may.
You look
I
different.
honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
You have a different mother, but same
I
father.
do not wish to discuss it. If there is something else you wish to ask, you may do so.
It's a sensitive subject.
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and I, and such trust takes time. You may... She said... Before you go...
You have touched the force. What does it feel like? It's a difficult thing to
Please.
describe.
I wish to know.
Imagine awakening and hearing the heartbeat of the
I
galaxy
see.
for the first time.
Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
It was my pleasure. Okay. This compound is pretty large. Time
Have
for
you
round
returned
2.
to fight again? Very well. It shall be... Then...
Gotcha.
You have succeeded. If you wish, you may challenge us again, and we will progress to more advanced movements. Seek one of us out.
Okay. Do. Power implant. Definitely worth our time. Probably should save at this point.
Have you returned to fight again? Very well. Our next battle will be using the higher forms among the Ichani. You may choose hands and feet, or whatever melee weapon you wish, but use no other items or Jedi techniques. Then let us begin.
They're about the same.
This will teach you. This will teach you.
Ah!
You have fallen. Seek.
Alright.
Did you find what you came for?
That depends.
There was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
She was one of the council who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me even further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned, unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face. There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Aren't the handmaiden students?
No, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
How do you know that? Were you reading
Invade
their
the
minds?
mind of another. It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
She plans to heal the
Plans
galaxy
are
and
fragile
rebuild
things,
the order.
and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force. Yes, her servants are... This discipline... Invade the mind of...
Nothing began
Very well.
talking here.
Let us depart.
Alright. What happened to Atten?
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
Alright then, let me free you.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
There's nothing to apologize
I'm
for. You
fine,
sure you're
General.
okay?
Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
Jedi Academy, concealed on the northern
This
pole of
must be
Telos.
where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields. This room, this place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system, possibly planet-wide, like the one on Coruscant. I had been told by the Republic that it was
Hey,
not in use.
Blitzby, how you doing, man? Well enough to travel.
I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you, or join you at the ship.
With me then, I could use
Very
your help.
well, General.
Been taking Atten and Bador along. Oh, something's happening. Oh, fun.
I have felt it too, my lord. A disturbance in the Force. It was difficult to make out, my lord. At first it was such a quiet thing. I did not notice it. But now I wonder if it has always been there. I merely could not hear it before. The sound built so slowly, yet when you listen for it, you can make out the strains, even over the background life of the universe. Do you feel it as if... You are the darkness in which all life dies, my lord. All life exists to feed your power. And my life is yours. I beg you, please. Let me die. Yes, this disturbance echoes through the Force. I can follow it to its source and bring it to you. I will leave at once, my lord.
Lots of different Sith factions. Frankie grenades. See if I can get through the advanced fights.
Have you returned to... Very. Our next battle... Then...
This will teach you.
Oh,
You
38.
have fallen.
I'll be going for now. Alright. I assume we can return here whenever we want. It's kind of my hope anyway. If so, we'll come back and do the Academy missions when we're a little bit stronger.
Well, if it isn't the one who stole the Ebon Hawk. Not so smug now, are you, you little thief?
That wipe your memory wipe you did there. Come, wasn't your fault they took the ship, buddy. He's got a lot to say. What information are you talking about? Your entire memory, that must have taken some time. Fill me in later. Let me get you out of there first. See you at the Ebon Hawk. Gain influence. Influence gained. Yeah, there's nothing back there from what I can tell. So bored, you'll be leaving the Telos Polar Academy for good. Do we even want to do that?